Welcome back on the channel, guys. In today's episode I got the Ibanez RG470DX. This is the new 2024 model, let's say budget solution, economic shredder. So if you're looking for something like this, you're in the right place. In a second you will hear the cutaway from my song called FORLORN. So if you like this song, please remember to leave the thumb up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to hear the full song, it's all over the place on Spotify and all other streaming platforms. Let's go. The full song is available on Spotify and all other streaming platforms, so I will leave the link in the description below. Alright, so this is the 470DX, so the new model released for 2024, and this guitar costs around $600 right now, so we got April 2024. So $600 is pretty reasonable price if we will consider all the features which are on board in this guitar. So we got a really interesting kind of wood on the body. Because Ibanez decided to use something called Meranti, and Meranti is, as far as I googled, a wood which is originated from Malaysia and Indonesia, so I guess this is, let's say, a budget solution, but if we will consider the density of this wood, I think that it's a really good, let's say, equivalent for other more expensive type of woods. This guitar is extremely heavy. I'm not pretty much sure if this comes from the tremolo bridge, which of course is a little bit heavier than the regular fixed bridges, but overall this guitar is extremely heavy and it resonates really well, so maybe this Meranti wood is a really good solution. I don't know, it sounds okay for me and I don't feel like anything is missing. On the fretboard we got the Jatoba or Jatoba, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, type of wood, and additionally those cool shark tooth kind of inlays all over the neck. Really cool touch. So we got a maple neck without any fancy amounts of additional woods. This neck is extremely comfortable, so if you're looking for this famous shredding necks of Ibanez, this is the way to go. In contrary to the AZ series, which was equipped with the AZ Oval C type of neck, this is the Wizard 3 type of neck, and this is the one. This is the neck which is extremely easy to play, and it provides a good accessibility to those higher frets. So if you're looking for a shredding guitar, this is definitely a way to go. It's a 25.5 inch scale and 24 frets. On board we got something called quantum pickups from Ibanez. This is the, let's say, stock type of pickups provided for this RG series particularly. So quantum neck, quantum bridge, those are passive humbuckers, a ceramic one and the Alnico type single in the middle. And everything is switchable using this 5-way switch, so 5 different positions are available, 5 different sounds out of this set. When it comes to the cheaper type of guitars, the biggest mystery is the tuning stability of the floating bridge, and we got the Edge 2 Tremolo. This is not the best bridge from the Ibanez, we must say that honestly, but in this case, and I play this guitar for about a month now, I didn't encounter any single problems with the tuning stability. When I put the fresh strings, I tuned it and it works flawlessly. I had no problems with that. Of course, I need to make some, let's say, minor adjustment, but that's typical for all the floating bridges, so nothing really problematic over here. But of course, if you are starting your adventure with the guitar and you are on the very beginning of your music journey, I think that floating bridges are not the best solution because they require some knowledge when it comes to the setup. So if you got an opportunity to take the guitar with a fixed bridge, go with the fixed bridge. Floating bridges are, pain in ass when it comes to the changing of strings and tuning stability and providing the proper tension of the spring to put this floating bridge in line with the body of the guitar. So there's a lot of factors which might be, let's say, frightening for the new players. So if you got an opportunity to take the same guitar with the fixed bridge, go with the fixed bridge. Floating bridges are definitely not, let's say, setup friendly and especially not beginner friendly. I know that they are tempting because they can provide a really fancy type of playing tricks, but in the end it's all about your knowledge. Of course, this floating bridge is paired with the locking nut all over here, so there was no need for locking tuners over here. So we got a really standard tuners and the headstock, and everything is, let's say, blocked with the locking nut. So this is actually more important than this. So as I said before, this guitar costs around $600, and if we will consider all the features which are on board over here, this is a pretty reasonable price, especially if we are thinking about the floating bridge system. This is the Edge 2 tremolo, just like I said, and it provides a really good tuning stability and everything is like correct. But we have to say where they cut the expenses, right? Because they had to make some cuts, and we will talk about it right now. So as for the starters, you got this guitar with absolutely no gig bag, no, let's say, hard case, nothing. So this guitar comes in a carton box, and that's pretty much it. We don't have a stainless steel kind of frets, we got a regular frets over here. So this is the second, let's say, cutting of the expenses. The third one is the typical mono, let's say, kind of input jack all over here. So this kind of input jack was in a Geo kind of series, I believe. So it's made of plastic. It works okay, there's nothing really wrong in that, but this is definitely cheaper in manufacturing than the regular inputs known from the more, let's say, expensive series. We got a really cheap kind of stock tuners all over here, but as I said before, when it comes to the floating bridge guitars, these locking nuts are more, let's say, important than the tuners itself. So if this is okay, there's no need to put some high-end type of tuners, but this is another place where they cut the expenses to make this guitar cheaper, but it works fine, so kudos for that. Another thing is hidden over here, so we got regular springs typical for the floating bridge, and there is nothing really special about that, except that they are extremely loud. And the first thing that I had to do was to make them silent, because if you will buy some kind of Prestige or AZ series, you got some sort of rubber attenuator over here in the center of those springs, because those spring resonates with the body of the guitar when you play it, and in this case, without any attenuator, silencer, whatever you want to call it, they were extremely loud, and it was really, let's say, noticeable. So the first thing I had to do was to put something like a foam or anything underneath those springs. Alright, so let's sum it up. So Ibanez 470DX costs around $600, and if you are not into high-end type of stuff like stainless steel, like cool high-end kind of inputs, like the highest models of the floating bridges, and all you care about is the fully functional guitar, which is, pretty inspiring, and its tuning stability is not causing any problems, then this is the good solution, because this price of $600 is extremely reasonable if we will consider all the features which are on board. They are simple, but everything works like it should. And I had the Solar S2.6 for over 1 year in my studio, and I must say that this guitar is way better than the Solar S2.6, hands down. I will never trade this for the Solar, and so maybe this will help you. If you will have to pay more for this, like $1,000, then no, don't go for it. It would be too expensive. But for the price of $600, we are thinking about the really low, medium kind of range of the price range. This is an extremely good offer, and I must say that it's worth this money. But of course, you will have to check the particular model you're about to buy in your local shop, because you know, I'm a, let's say, YouTuber, so they provided me with the guitar which is flawless, everything works great. And what I can say is that I hope that all of those RG470DX are made like this, because this one is flawless, and you know, I didn't encounter any quality check, let's say, mistakes, errors, or you know, everything is okay. Even though, please remember that this is always the best solution to go to your local shop and check the particular model before purchasing it. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please remember to leave the thumb up and subscribe to my channel, and all the links are in the description. See you in the next video.